How's it going, guys? I just wanted to do a quick video about something that I did today. I was going to go get the Apex barrel, but some issues arose. I can't get it today. It's going to be, get it later in the week. But while I was at the paintball shop looking at them, I got overwhelming curiosity, and I spent some money that I'm not so sure I should have, but here it is. The Tiberius Arms First Strike Paintball. I've been so curious about these. I've wanted to see these, and they say that you can use them in the grenades, and I wanted to see, and not only can you use them in there, they fit really well. I mean, that is like a perfect fit. And you can actually stack 4 in there and still put the cap on, unlike the paintballs where you have to stack, you can only stack 3. So you can get 4 in there. Now, my curiosity hit me that I was like, well, I hear these are more accurate and everything, which sort of defeats the purpose of the grenades, shooting them, you know, in a spread, you know, because even if you get 3, I get this idea that they're going to be like a train. So, you know, it was interesting. So I had to fire at least one. And now, first of all, let me get into some of the issues with these. Number one, $20 got me only 40. That's 50 cents a piece. $20 will typically get you a 300 bag of normal paintballs. I got 40. That's okay with me because I'm only using for these, but because of that reason, you're not going to see any tests or demos because I can't waste any of these, alright? I did do 2 test fires, and I'll show you the results of those, though, out of this guy. And that's just with 1 in there. I haven't tested it with 3 with a cap on it or any of that stuff. I do know that the cap seems like it gets in the way a lot when you're firing. But the nice thing is, actually, I was able to put 3 in here, and they kind of didn't want to slide out. But you can't really leave them in there and run around with them; they'll fall out that way. But they kind of wanted to stay in. It was kind of neat. But anyways, now one thing I'm curious about, I fired it with green gas, and the green gas tank I have is on its, I mean, I don't even know how I'm getting gas out of it anymore. It's pretty much empty. So no idea what's going on there or whether it's going to work anymore after this. But I fired it expecting, from what I hear about these things, this thing to go shoo over the rooftops of my condo complex and everything. Instead, it just sort of, it shot out about the same distance as a normal paintball and flipped end over end. I actually saw it flip end over end. None of that fun spiraling. So what I think was happening was there just wasn't enough pressure in here or something, but it was definitely, it was kind of anticlimactic, but seeing it with CO2 will be a different story. The other thing, too, is that this is the short grenade, so you got, you know, if I got the long grenade, you got kind of a barrel rifle, but then you'd want to stack them up anyways. And so it's interesting, but still not really all that practical. The second thing I noticed about these things is, this is actually the first thing I noticed is, I would never want to get hit with one of these. Do you hear that? They are not paintballs. They are pieces of plastic. I mean, this is hard. It is so hard. I mean, it's like, I shot a cardboard box in the other room, and it poked a hole straight through it. And I'm like, now I understand that at range, you know, this is going to lose a lot of momentum and still break, but oh my God, I couldn't imagine getting hit with one of these things. It is so hard. All the weight is in the front. The back half of this is actually hollow. I don't know if you can actually see it in there, but it's not a ball with the fins on it. It's half a ball, and then it's empty. So that's the other thing I noticed was I shot one at the cardboard box. It did shatter, but there was really not a lot of paint. There was a very little amount of paint. And of course, it was white paint, which I've already voiced my opinion on how much white paint is the worst thing ever. Looks like I don't want to say what it looks like I did, but anyways, I fired this at the box. As you can see, the back half stayed 100% intact. It is completely not even deformed or anything. It's just the spherical side broke off, and you can see right there, flat surface. As for the spherical side, this is all I found, but this is pretty much, I'm going to throw that one away because it's covered with paint. I can't even bend this. And this sharp edges, I reaffirm that this is a hard thing. I mean, that just I wouldn't want to get hit with that. And so this one right here has never been fired. You got the normal shape of it. This one got fired from about 8 feet away, 10 feet away at a box. This one got shot out my window, flew about 150 feet across my courtyard, maybe 200 feet. It's really hard to judge. And landed. Look at it. Nothing. You can see there's actually a little crack right there, and I can't even push in on that crack. There's a little dent right there. This thing is still, you could almost fire this again. It's in such good shape. So I don't really know what I'd ever do with these now that I have them, but they're definitely interesting. It'd be interesting. It's kind of sad that it's like, you know, you have to have a certain gun, you have to pay a fortune for them, you have to find them because they're not easy to find. Not to find them on the ground. You have to find them in stores or online. And you know, it's unfortunate. It's really cool, but you know, until like everybody else starts making these, it's just going to be kind of a niche thing. But it'll be interesting. I will go give you a heads up if I use these out on the paintball field and let you know how they perform. And when I get the Apex barrel and the shroud here in the next couple of days, then I will give you a further review about that. But I just wanted to show everybody I got these in, and if you have any questions about them, feel free to comment and I'll answer them. All right, thank you.